The gentleman from California who's the ranking member of the Monetary Policy Task Force, Mr. Vargas, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And again, I want to thank you for conducting this hearing and thanking the ranking member and, of course, the director. Mr. Chairman, at the beginning, you talked about the surveillance machine. It really caught my attention because I think that generally falls within the perspective or ideology of a lot of my friends on the Republican side, that government should be limited, that we shouldn't have the intrusion of government into our private lives, that there has to be a balance. And I normally fall on the side of saying, you know, government is generally good, and I'm very supportive of government in general. But I have to say, it's been fascinating to see under this administration how incredibly intrusive the government has grown, not only into our private lives, but interestingly now into business. I mean, we see government now taking positions in individual companies. And that used to be called socialism. It used to be called, you know, entities owned by the government. Now, I understand we have GSEs. These are private companies that, you know, Congress created to make sure that there was liquidity in the secondary mortgage market. And there's stuff like that. But taking positions, picking losers, picking winners, has normally not been the ideology of the Republicans. And yet, you see that in this administration, and you don't see much talk about it on the other side, saying, wait a minute, if the Democrats had done this, the Democrats had put all this surveillance on the streets, what we see now, the militarization that we see, there would have been, of course, people screaming left and right because of the intrusion of government into our lives. And I understand that, but we don't see it now. And again, I caution you because there will be a time when the government flips and you will say, well, wait a minute, you can't do this. Well, we'll remind you that you didn't say anything when the Trump administration did it. And it really is sad to see. Because again, I'm not one that's against government. I think government generally does a good job, but I've always admired the Republicans, really starting with Reagan, saying there should be some limit here as to the intrusion that government has in our lives. But you've seen the creep become a race now, not a creep, it's incredible the way this administration has really put the federal government into our lives. I mean, even going to the airport, they take all of this information, this biometric information. I don't know what they do with it. Maybe you do, Director, I don't know. But someone must know. But all that being said, I do want to talk about elder abuse. You spoke about it a little bit, but I do want to get into it a little bit more. You did say in April of 2024, you published a financial trend analysis and looked at the patterns and data of the elder financial exploitation. According to this analysis, between June 2022 and June 2023, FinCEN received more than 155,000 elder financial exploitation reports associated with more than $27 billion in reported suspicious activity. The filings show that scams accounted for 80% of the reported elder financial exploitation activity. What role does FinCEN play in addressing this financial exploitation against older adults?
Thank you, Representative Vargas. And yes, so the financial trend analysis on elder financial exploitation and different guidance guidance products that we have issued ask filers, financial institutions, to use those as guideposts to provide us with financial intelligence that law enforcement can action to actually go after those perpetrators of fraud against our elderly population. And so not only does FinCEN play a role at educating financial institutions as to what to look for, so we get high quality financial intelligence, but we also actively support law enforcement.
So how do you use AI if you do, because I know my time's gonna run out. How do you use AI to do this?
So there is of course, it's an administration priority to incorporate the use of artificial intelligence tools to analyze data. And FinCEN, like other federal government agencies, is exploring that. We do use advanced artificial intelligence products in terms of machine learning and other data analytics, because FinCEN does collect and protect a large amount of data in order to truly support law enforcement with the highest quality
My
information.
time has expired, but thank you. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas.